D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I know I'm a little bit late to this game, but I wanted to comment on this whole story about Todd McFarlane and him talking about female action figures, because I feel like I have a perspective. I am a man, and I'm a man, and I do collect. I'm an action figure collector. And I did play with toys and action figures when I was younger. And then also, I'm a father and I have two children. I have a boy and a girl. So I feel like I have, not a unique perspective, but I have a perspective that I think I can lend to this story, and I think that it's valid. And and if you don't like what I have to say, then that's all on you. It's not on me. But I just wanted to go over this, and I will be reading an article from Bounding into Comics. It's the first one that came up into my Google search. And so basically, Todd McFarlane did an interview with a YouTuber, and it talks about this YouTuber in here, and I'll get to it in a minute. And he said some comments that really lit the internet ablaze, my friends. And I'm going to go through some stuff real quick, but I want to, and I'll bring up some images and everything and all that fun stuff. So, but before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So let's get started on this article. Real quick, I just want to do a little disclaimer. If you guys hear some noises in the background, it is my son playing. He's got some Legos, and he is making some noise, that little nugget. Like I said, I know I'm late to this, but I just really feel like I have a perspective that I think really adds to this story, in my opinion. Anyways, okay, my humble opinion. Anyways, so it says Todd McFarlane disagrees with pushing female-oriented figures in boys' action figure lines. Why are you forcing stuff that won't sell? And this is written by Spencer Bakuli. I think that's how you say his name. It's from the 25th and everything. So I just want to say this figure right here, this Batman action figure, I do not like that. I don't like the gold action figures, but if you like them, by all means, have at it. I'm not trying to tell you what to get. Okay, so it says, Spawn creator and McFarlane Toys namesake, Todd McFarlane, has pushed back against the recent call to feature more female-oriented items in boys' toy lines, arguing such attempts are sales poison due to their fundamental misunderstanding of their target audience. Although this is a very good put together figure. I just don't like the all gold ones. Okay, so it says, McFarlane provided his expert insight into the concept of gendered toy lines during a recent interview given to popular action figure centric YouTuber Shartimus Prime. I don't like that, Shartimus. Ugh. But hey, I'm going to subscribe to this guy because I love action figures. So I definitely want to see. And this is the interview right here. This is all 52 minutes, but I love his little setup he's got going back here. Here's the interview. I won't play it in full, but here's the 2 minutes of the interview. I'll play that while I read this part right here, just so that way it's on the screen and stuff. Anyways, because this article will go over some of his remarks. Anyways, it says, McFarlane provided his expert insight into the concept of gendered toy lines during a recent interview given to... Oh, I already read that. Why am I reading it again? Anyways, the Image Comics founder began speaking on the topic with a discussion of how his toy production company had just got an award recognizing that the DC Multiverse action figure line was the biggest selling action figure line in North America in both the US and Canada. Good for them. This award has later explained was tied to actual retail sales, asserting it's not popularity, it's not who the fans like, it's literally what's getting rung up at the registers and at the tills. All right, we're just gonna move this down here. It's like literally 2 minutes of the whole interview, and the internet was set ablaze. Anyways, We were number one, he told the YouTuber. Why? I think a couple of reasons. One, because again, we've been able to maintain price. I think that's in there. Price is very important for someone like me. But one of the things that we're doing that was kind of shocking to Warner Brothers was they're going, why do you have that guy on the list? Only to reply, oh, because he's got a cool costume. I just think it looks cool, which is very interesting. I find all of that very, very interesting. This is a very cool figure right here. I almost bought this Batman. I didn't though. Yeah, but he's not very popular. McFarlane paraphrased his interactions with Warner Brothers higher ups, with WB's higher ups, who I don't think are very smart. Don't worry about it. He'd tell them, cool in a package will sell, which I agree with that. He later summed it up. Why the DC multiverse is doing so well is because we're doing characters for the very first time that nobody has ever done before. He noted that they were able to create these new characters, but he and his companies were willing to invest in molds, which is very important. Molds are very expensive. I work in a molding industry, and molds are the most expensive part. Once you get that mold made, you can start selling stuff, but it can be a little crazy. Anyways, further emphasizing the line's success, McFarlane recalled, the thing is to go back to like how well the DC multiverse did. That was without movies driving it, right? Remember, they bumped the Flash, they bumped the Batman, they bumped. We were selling these toys in a void with no movies sort of pushing any of the product, which basically confirms what I keep telling people, he remarked. If you just do cool stuff at a fair price, I think the audience will react to it, which I agree 100%. Right there with that comment. So he says, he elaborated, you don't necessarily need a big movie to move it. Obviously, the Batman movie coming out, that helps. But I don't know. I don't know if they sold a bunch of Eternals toys when the movie came out, eliciting laughter and a response of, come on, Todd, you know they didn't sell any Eternals toys from a Shartimus Prime, which I think is true. I didn't buy any of these Eternals figures. Look at that. That movie sucked and I wasn't going to buy any of them. I don't care. I just, yeah, it's a big load of who cares. Anyways, I don't pay attention to the competition, but I am just saying that I didn't hear it or whatever. McFarlane joked back. So even if DC Warner Brothers puts out a movie, it's okay if the movie does good, bad, or indifferent, because we're just doing, almost 90 to 95% is just that library you've had for 60 years, which I think is totally smart on his part. Just like really wicked looking drawings he opened, just like shite that character looks good. Who cares if they never made it? That one will look good on a peg to the average person walking by, which I agree with. There has been plenty of action figures that A, I didn't know what they were, and B, I just thought that they looked cool, and I was like, I'm picking this up because it looks cool. And this is a very cool figure. I wouldn't buy this just because the whole Azrael storyline, I never really liked it anyways, but this is a cool figure. And if maybe my young self would have bought that, would have been like, can I get this one and everything, even though I didn't know anything about it at the time. Pointing to this specific philosophy, Shartimus Prime complimented McFarlane for having never lost sight of the cool factor, to which the creator thanked him and further explained his design philosophy. I have to from time to time remind, which I shouldn't have to, but I do. I have to remind people, mostly executives, from time to time for my 30 years when they ask certain questions, he said. Why are you doing it, Todd? I have to go, you wouldn't ask that question if you remember you used to be 9 years old, which I think, again, these are very cool. These are so cool. I would buy these, but I'll talk about this later after I get through some of this article. Come on. Just channel your 9-year-old inner being and just go, would that look cool? He would urge said audiences. And if the answer is yes, stop overthinking. You guys are overthinking it. Cool at a price I can sell. Then if you add a brand name to it, that's a home run. You've got a strong brand name, but you also just have to put some fun stuff out there, right? And stop overthinking and analyzing, which I totally agree. Like this figure looks so freaking cool right here. So freaking cool. And he's just right. Like, what do you want on your shelves? You know? To this end, McFarlane moved to explain to Shartimus Prime how it works. You've got superhero toys sell here, and he did all of this in the interview here. Let me pull that up again. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that in this. Hold on. I don't think he does it in this clip. He might not do it in this clip. Hold on, give me 2 more seconds. Yeah, I don't think he does it in this clip, so we'll just get rid of it. It's fine. So he says, okay, you've got superhero toys that sell here at the top. Male superhero toys. He began illustrating the sales hierarchy with his hands. Then you get like the villains, precipitous drop, villains, female superheroes, and then anything in between. Monsters. Sometimes the monsters are up here, but like normally down here. And then he goes on to say, again, I'm not saying that I can't sell a female superhero, which I can. What I am saying is that I can't do an entire line of 4 figures in one series of nothing but females and put it in the boys action aisle. He posed, can I sell it as an Amazon exclusive or a spawn.com exclusive? Yeah, maybe, but not at the boys action figure aisle. There's a reason why it's called the boys action figure aisle, which I know is a very controversial to a lot of people saying that, but it's so true. I have 2 kids, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit after I get after I get done with this article, but I have 2 kids. And when we go to the toy store, my daughter immediately goes to the pink Disney princesses, Barbies, all that stuff. And my son immediately goes to the Legos, the cars, he loves cars. He goes to the action figure aisle, and they like totally 2 separate things. I'm not saying that my daughter doesn't like boy stuff. Like, she loves Batman, but I can tell you right now, she loves Wonder Woman. And she loves Harley Quinn. I read Harley Quinn comic books to her all the time. She loves Harley Quinn. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Again, my perspective, but I want to get through this article. This is a long article, man. What was his name? I don't remember, but he wrote a long article here, put a bunch of pictures in here. Could have botched it all down a little bit. Anyways, and if you don't believe me, then you don't remember that either. You were a 9-year-old boy, and or that you actually have a son, McFarlane added, which I will talk about. He then went on to provide an example of parents shopping for a toy for their son, choosing a female superhero, and then upon giving the toy to their son, illustrating the boy's reaction. Towards the end of the example, McFarlane says, somewhere along the line, serial killers begin at a certain spot. At some point, once you told your kid you walked away from monsters and aliens and dinosaurs and super like, what are you talking about? We're dudes. We're little boys. Come on, man. It's the same. Gosh, we haven't evolved. He declared, we all liked the same things. Whatever I liked in the 60s, I'm telling you, somebody's going to like it there too. Let me see. Hold on, because I might just stop it there. So I'm not saying we can't sell exclusive, he continued, but when you're selling at the masses, when sometimes I'm dealing with people and they want me to do two-thirds of my line as the villains or the females or the kid characters, I go, dudes, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Maybe I will. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, let me read the rest of this because I only got like 2 little paragraphs. Okay, jumping to the 90s, McFarlane compared any more than I can sell Derek Jeter when he was only in the Yankees all day long. I can't sell the best guy on the Florida Marlins. I don't care how good he is. Somebody would rather have the 5th best Yankee because there's just something about that sale. Then he said, I've been at it for 30 years, he attested. You're going to have to trust me. I'm not saying that the brand isn't strong. I'm not saying you're not going to put out a movie that's not going to make $1 billion. I'm saying category specific to in the boys action aisle. I can't sell 7 consecutive female figures any more than you can sell Bruce Wayne and Commissioner Gordon and somebody else in the girls' doll aisle when there's a Batman movie. It's so true, 100% true. And I'm coming from experience. There's no Commissioner Gordon over there, McFarlane observed. So why are you forcing stuff that won't sell over here at the same level as over there? He then clarified. So I will do villain. So will I do villains? Of course I will, but I gotta be a little picky. Will I do female figures? Of course I will, but I gotta be a little picky. Will I do monsters? Yeah, okay. But I gotta be a little picky. But I can sell Superman and Batman and Spawn all day long. Of course I can. Every single day of my life. I hate when people do that on Twitter. They put the claps afterwards. Just let me pick who I think I can sell. And if I don't give you big checks of royalties, then you guys can have a deeper conversation. But I think I know what they want, right? He said, I think I know what they want. And so far, the proof is in the pudding. It's working. So God bless you guys, the consumer, he concluded. So that's the end of this article. This right here is so freaking cool. I wish he would have announced this box set before I had bought all the figures. I had bought all the figures already. And I'm all like, and then he put up this box set and I was like, you know what, Todd, you suck, dude. I already bought them all. And I'm like, look how cool that is. All right. So now let me go back up to this section right here where he talks about the father. Okay. So now you think of yourself as a 9-year-old boy, he said. And I want to talk about that, me personally. I'm going to bring up example, what I think is a good example for me personally. Now, me as a boy growing up, did I like the female action figures? Of course. Now, I got this one right here. So this is the Storm action figure that I had growing up in the 90s. This figure, I loved this figure. And you know why I love this figure? Not because it was a female, because it was Storm from the X-Men. I loved that show. I loved Storm. I loved all of them. I wanted the Phoenix. Hold on. So here's all the other ones. I had all of these. Okay. Notice what's in here. You got Storm right here, and then you got Phoenix right here. I never had the Phoenix action figure. I wanted it so bad, which I'm going to talk about that when I bring up some people that had a problem with Todd McFarlane. But I had all of these. I had all, I didn't have that Pyro. The Pyro is so cool. But I had all of these and I played with them. I loved them. But I also had this Storm. This Storm also came in like a silver costume. I didn't want that silver one. I just wanted this black suited Storm, and that's it. And I played with this. I loved this figurine. But they're right. What sells is the boy figures. So he's correct on that. Because like Wolverine right here, I had this Wolverine, and then I had all the rest of it. I had this Wolverine, I had this Sabretooth, had all of them. And they made that because now again, he said it's not that you can't sell female action figures. You can, but you won't sell as many. And he said like 1 to 2 female figures. Now right here, oops, sorry, you guys. Sorry about that. So right here, this is his Suicide Squad figures that he put out. Now, one thing that I didn't like was he didn't put a Ratcatcher 2 in here because I loved that character. But now out of all these, my son loves Polka Dot Man. Okay. In fact, I got this. He loves Polka Dot Man. He's all the time. He's so cool. I'm going to buy him a Polka Dot Man, and I'll bring up some other figures here. Now, I bought all of these, but now when my daughter saw that I got this Harley Quinn right here, she wanted one too. She didn't want any of these other fools. She just wanted the Harley Quinn. So I bought her the Harley Quinn for Christmas. I was like, all right, you can have the Harley Quinn for Christmas. Now, my son, he didn't know the Polka Dot Man at the time, but he wanted this Flash and this Batman. These 2 figures. He wanted these 2. He wanted Batman and the Flash from McFarlane Toys. Okay. Because he saw them and he's like, I want the Flash and I want Batman. So I went and this wasn't even us going to the store and buying them. This was him seeing them online because he saw I bought this Batman because it's from the Snyder Cut and he wanted it and he wanted the Flash. So as a father, I go, did I like female superheroes? Yes, I did. I had a Wonder Woman figure and I had Superman and Batman, but I mostly played with Superman and Batman. I'm not, and McFarlane said this, and he says it right here. He went to the example of parents shopping in the store for their son, and then illustrating the boy's reaction. I remember one year, my nephew was really into wrestling, and I bought him one of the female wrestlers. He literally told me, I bought him a bunch of male action figures of the wrestling. And when he opened the female one up, he's like, I don't want this one. And I was like, well, I'm not going to take it back. I don't care what you do with it. And I bought it as a joke, but because I knew he wouldn't want it. But yeah, he was like, I don't want it. And he was like a little kid. And it just goes to show that, now I want to, so those are my examples of this. And I know you're going to be all like, oh, well, and everything with, toxic masculinity and stuff. But I don't think that Todd McFarlane is wrong. And he's got the stuff to back it up, and like me as an adult collector, do I want female action figures? Yes. Like this figure right here, he put this Harley Quinn out way too late, in my opinion. I already ordered it. I bought this one because it's 7 inches and everything, and who doesn't love a good 7-incher? But I also bought the SH Fig Arts one, which is only 6 inches and way more articulated, and in my personal opinion, a better action figure. But but I bought this one too because I wanted this Harley Quinn because I like this yellow jumpsuit. Now, where did I put? I had that figure of the Harley. So this Harley Quinn that he had, hold on, let me go to this Harley Quinn he had. This was not my favorite one. I wish he would have done the jumpsuit one from the movie, but he didn't. It's like, whatever. Anyways, but so did I want this figure? Yeah. Would I buy all the Birds of Prey figures? I don't know. But he didn't put them out, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, as far as he's totally right on this. He's totally right on the female action figures front. Now I want to bring up some tweets here. So the first one is this one. And it says, are you effing kidding me? Really, Todd McFarlane? A boy getting a female superhero figure as a gift immediately makes you do a serial killer comparison. First off, that was a joke. Go back and watch it for context and be like a little reasonable as a human being, because right now you're just being a little whiny bitch. So calm down, Matt Barislow. Okay, just calm down. And so he says, as a kid, I got Rogue, Jean Grey, Phoenix, etc., and I haven't killed anyone yet. God, I knew you were a tool, but this solidifies it. Okay, first off, calm down to Matt. A fellow Matt, calm down. Okay. I had a Rogue and a Jean Grey, and I didn't have a Phoenix. I wanted a Phoenix so bad, but I had a Storm and everything. You're getting all worked up over nothing. You're getting really worked up over nothing. He wasn't saying that, he was joking about the serial killer thing. Calm down. I had plenty of the Pink Power Ranger was my favorite Power Ranger. I'm not killing people either, but I didn't take Todd's words as a friggin' gospel truth. You're so this is a weak individual. Now I want to bring up another person. I follow this guy on Instagram and he does great work. These are all figures that he created himself and they're amazing. Go check out it's Zilu 1948 on Instagram. He does great work. I have nothing but praise for this man, except for this tweet. And he put this on his Instagram too. And it says, DC Comics, in those crazy times, action figures are one thing that keeps me sane, and everyone should be able to buy any figure without feeling our pressure or shame. Trust me, having a female action figure will not turn you into a serial killer. Now, he's right. Buying a female action figure isn't going to turn you into a serial killer, but calm down, honey. You're being Tom, you're being way too sensitive. It was a joke. Get over yourself. Like, seriously. Like, I have female action figures too. I've never killed anybody, and all action figures are for everybody. That's not what he was saying. He was talking about the selling points of these action figures. And then he says right here, it's not a superhero, dude, or robot, or monster, or creature, or military, or dinosaur, or alien, but it's a cool action figure that everyone should be able to choose to have without feeling any pressure or shame. He said that in his tweet too. Please give the license to someone who deserves to represent you for everyone to enjoy. Now, him saying all that, calm down, sugar. Okay, I just want to say, his figures right here are beautiful. All these figures are beautiful. But I can tell you right now, I'm not buying all these. I'm not buying all of them. I'm not buying this Batgirl. I'll buy this Catwoman because they don't. But I'm only buying it in like a 6 to 7 inch figure. I might buy this Poison Ivy. That's it. That's all I'm buying at all these. That's all I'm buying. And I love these figures. They're so good. He's so good. But you need to calm down, sweetheart. Calm down. You guys are being way too sensitive about nothing. You guys are getting all worked up over nothing. So this is an excellent article, by the way. I will leave the link in the description down below so you can read it yourself, even though I just read it for you. But Todd McFarlane's right, and you can't cancel a legend like this. He's right. Take the L. Just take the L on this one. You guys are getting all worked up over nothing. Talk about toxic masculinity and all that crap. You guys are just being way too sensitive. Sensitivo. Spencer. That's who wrote this article. Just calm it down. Buy the action figures you want. If they're not, listen, they've been doing this for years. Okay. Todd McFarlane is doing Avatar action figures. He's putting the female action figures in there because he knows females will buy those figures, because I think it was Mattel didn't do those figures in the past, and it was a big mistake, huge mistake, to quote Pretty Woman. But now I think, and McFarlane's doing it right, you guys. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. I'm sorry I went on a long rant here, but this was something that needed to be addressed and talked about, in my opinion, because as an action figure collector, I do feel like a lot of people were giving him some unnecessary hate, because he was making sense and making good points, and he's been in the business and he knows what he's talking about. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. Did you like this? How'd you feel about it? Tell me what you guys think. All that good stuff. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.